Boy line. Once again, this song. Davi, I got you. Entertainment, hot topics and relationships. Who's who in our community and politics. Good health and good wealth, cause we needin' it. From faith to fashion, girl, you killing it. Davi, oh Davi, Davi, sing Davi, yeah. Oh, say this. Baby in the morning and late night. Oh, better move, should get your mind right. Just play your shows, but there ain't nothing better. Yeah, just speak to me.
Welcome back to Late Night with Davi, and I have a special guest, Mr. Eric Coffie of GovCon Giants, and we're going to get into how your business can acquire government contracts. It is not as easy as you think, but it's more powerful when you know the right way how to contract business. Hey, Mr. Eric.
How are you? Thank you for having me today.
Well, I'm glad that you're here today.
No, it's great. This is a wonderful place to be. The weather's a little bit bad, but no problem. I mean, we're here together and we're going to share some information to people. I'm excited to talk about whatever you guys want to know.
So I'm excited. I know it's late night and most folks think that good content is not coming out, but most times people are up looking for good content.
Right.
And I know there are a lot of business owners that want to know how can they get started to acquire government business.
So one of the things that I think a lot of times, it's one of the probably the biggest secrets is most of the information is free. So you don't have to pay for this information. So I just want people to know that when people are trying to charge you money, just be very skeptical of them first and foremost. So most information is free out there, right? But we don't know where to find the information.
Correct.
And that's the challenge is even though we have Google, what do you Google?
Business, contracts, government.
Right. Well, first, if you do Google government contracts, you're probably my face is going to pop up because I do have my YouTube channel and I've written a couple books on the subject. But for those persons, the first thing I say is you got to decide whether or not you want to do local contracts, right, like with your city, municipality, state contracts, like with the state of Florida, and then you have the federal government. So there's three different sections, and that's where you really want to decide how you want to focus your business. That's the first thing.
So that's good. So different business entities.
Yes.
Which ones would you suggest for each level of government contract business?
So I would say if your business is dependent upon being in a proximity, right? So for example, janitorial, or if you are specialized in construction, then you may want to focus in on the local area because the federal government tends to do business all over the whole world. And so again, unless you're like an IT company that can service people all over the world, you're more regionalized based business, then you want to stay probably close to home.
That's good, because you know some folks, they just think about business and they don't realize it's not a good fit. So how do I start the process?
Right. So if you're selling products, right? So then if you sold products, then you can sell products anywhere. So then at that point, you may want to consider you might can go to the federal level. What I teach is specifically federal government contracting.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because the thing that I found for most business owners is that when you do the local contracts and you do state contracts, they really try to pigeonhole you to smaller opportunities.
Okay.
And so while you can make money at it, lots of money, you still are pigeonholed to your limitations. So you've got a ceiling. But if you look at the federal government, there's no ceiling.
No ceiling. So tell us a little bit about no ceiling.
So when we talk about no ceiling, so I'll give you a really good example of no ceiling. What does that mean? That means in the city of Miami, if I were to work at the city's courthouse, I would have to have my contractor's license. I would have to have insurance. I'd have to have bonding. If I worked next door at the federal building, I don't need a GC license because they follow the federal guidelines.
Okay.
So even though we're in the same location, because it's a federal building versus a local city building, there's totally separate set of rules.
I like that. That's good information. Why contact you?
So what happens is, so first thing I would tell anyone, so let's talk about the freeness. I want everyone to go out and reach out to, they have an organization called PTAC. So Procurement Technical Assistance Centers. You can Google PTAC in your city, anywhere in the country, and there's a local PTAC that's available to help teach you all these things. I always tell people to start there first.
Okay.
I actually don't recommend they call me first because I
Right.
want them to get the basics down.
Okay.
I have 700 plus videos on YouTube for free, all right, that people could start with. I also have a free course. It's called freegovconcourse.com. So it's free, F-R-E-E, govcon, G-O-V-C-O-N course.com that you can go to for free.
For free.
Right, for free. And the reason why I say that is because when you come to me, I want you to be at a different level.
Okay.
Playing field. So once you've exhausted all the free resources, I'm going to help take you to that next level. So what we do in my paid programs is once you understand what you're getting into, right, and you've got the basics down, you're like, okay, how do I scale my business? How do I go to the next level? So that's when you come to a person like myself, because as you know, the free organizations, you're gonna outgrow them at some point.
Okay.
So once you've outgrown all the free organizations, free services, because they're really for people in the beginning stages, then you come to me, and then that's when we help take you to $5 million.
That's a whole lot of money on the table. I like that. So tell my folks who are watching Late Night with Davi, how can they get in contact with you beyond your YouTube channel?
So beyond my YouTube channel, we have a website, govcongiants.com. That's G-O-V-C-O-N Giants, Giants.com. So on govcongiants.com, you'll find our blog. You'll find our resources page, which more free resources. You'll find access to our courses. And the other thing is you'll find access to contract opportunities. So on our blog, I have a podcast.
Okay.
And so I have all of my guests that are successful business owners. We've written up articles about them. We tell you the highlights of what they've done, all their stories. So again, and to encourage you, to motivate you, to be able to see yourself in those positions, like the guy I interviewed yesterday.
Okay.
He does $100 million a year. He has 800 employees. And so that content, we're going to grab and put that article on our blog for people, again, for free.
Well, I'm looking forward to grabbing some of this content and to be able to share that information out through all my outlets as well.
No, I appreciate that.
So I'm even more excited that you're here with me because I know you have a very busy schedule and you took the time out to come sit with your girl Davi to give my viewers some goodness this morning.
No, and thank you for having me, and I appreciate it, and I hope everyone takes advantage of this opportunity because this really is a game changer for all people, small businesses. I really encourage, and I'm always talking about minority businesses, those that are disenfranchised. You don't need to go to college. You don't need to have special licensing. And so this really is a game changer. I found that this has been an opportunity that really makes a difference. And so for me, I tell a lot of my people, this is a form of reparations.
Oh, I like their reparations. Go get your reparations today. Make sure you follow Mr. Eric Coffie.
For quality photos and video production, contact SGS at 786-290-2181. We're located in the beautiful Miami downtown Brickell area. Secure your appointment today. Welcome back to Late Night with Davi, and I have a mover and shaker
one of my dearest girlfriends. She's a mompreneur, serial entrepreneur, a who's who event planner. She has a whole lot going on, but what I love, what she has going on is really about the embetterment of our community. I am sitting next to the multi-million-dollar boss queen, Miss Gwen Bennett.
Yes.
Hey, sis.
What's going on? Hey, we're here.
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm happy to be here. And I thank you for allowing this platform for us to jump on, talk about what we're doing in the community. So I thank you so much for your growth, and I thank you so much for where you're going. So
thank you. Well, I'm happy that you're here because, honey, I've always seen you jetting somewhere on, taking some G5 flights to different parts of the country and out the world. So you are here with me late night with Davi. So I honor you for carving out a little time for little on me.
The jet gassing up. It's gassing up.
It's gassing up. You know gas is real high right now.
Right.
Big moves, big moves. So you have so many different projects that are going on right now. But being that I feel like one of the greatest projects that you have is MomPower. And MomPower is your baby.
My baby.
I want to get into MomPower considering we are a few weeks out from Mother's Day.
Yes.
And let's get into MomPower. How did MomPower start?
Well, I can tell you everything starts with a vision. Everything starts with, just giving birth, the conception. And I am a divorced mother of two. And I was looking for some things to happen in my life, but I didn't know exactly all the resources that were out there. I was looking to also try to balance, and as a mom, as a single mom, we have life going on around us. We're trying to be the breadwinner. We're trying to be everything to everybody. We're trying to be everything to our children.
Yes.
And how do you balance that? How do you balance the success? How do you balance your finances? How do you balance a relationship?
Yes, ma'am.
So when MomPower came to me, it was, Gwen, let's balance this thing.
Okay.
And it also, it took me in a season because this also was birthed where I needed to get some things done. And, God sits you down.
Yes, God does.
He'll put you in a position where, you know what, I am, okay? And I knew that I needed to get these things together, my spirituality, my finances, my relationships, my businesses, all these different things. So when MomPower came, it was like, this is it.
Wow.
This is it. I want to be able to tap into some other moms that are out there, some other people. And it's not, people say MomPower, but guess what? I think it's bigger than just moms.
Okay.
I think it's bigger because some people need that balance in their life. And that's how that came about. And I was like, I'm here. I'm on assignment. Let's go.
So being that you're on assignment, I know we're talking about MomPower, but I would be remiss if I didn't talk about your body of work, The Balancing Act.
Yes.
So is that pretty much your book? Is that pretty much the undercurrent that moves you when it comes to MomPower?
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed.
Tell our folks a little bit more about your book,
The Balancing Act, The Balance in Me is actually the name of the book. And I talked to you just briefly about how God sits you down, okay? And he wants you to understand and recognize that I am he, okay? I am the one. I am the original mover and shaker.
Yes.
I am the one that put the parts together to shift that thing around for you. So when I wrote the book, I was in a place where I had to be still. We were right at the pandemic, and everybody was waiting for the results. But in that quiet time, waiting for the results, he is now speaking to me. And he's like, listen, these are the scriptures. These are the things you need to do. This is what is going to move you. And he wants you to understand that I'm the one that's making these things happen for you, Gwen. Okay? This is where you got that spiritual balance. So that balance in me, that's where the balance in me came into play. So now I'm like, okay, this all full circle, the balancing act, balancing the spirituality, knowing where your gift is coming from, knowing where your help is coming from. That was the foundation.
Wow.
So why not make it a movement? Because there are other people like me.
Yes, and you flow. So you and I were very kindred. Like our faith pretty much guides everything. Okay,
Alignment.
Everything. It is the genesis, and it's the revelation of our life from the beginning to the end.
Exactly.
So you mentioned something about the pandemic and knowing you had to pivot, have to shift. So the MomPower, you know, the movement, the conference, you know, one-day symposium, sometimes a retreat. How did that shift from pre-pandemic till today?
Well, this is the thing though. The pre-pandemic, you know, we were in a different mindset. And I said, now is the season, now is the time to make some decisions. Okay, you first got to decide on what everything around us is now virtual. Everything around us is now, this is what we need to do. You know, we had documented multimillionaires made during the pandemic, right? New millionaires, okay, new money, right? So I'm saying to myself, okay, Gwen, in order to do something different, you gotta put some things into place. And that's when I shifted and said, you know what? Now we have women, okay? They're seeking certain things, right? They because we watch, all right?
And we're in pursuit.
We're in pursuit.
Yes.
Okay? But we also want to know how the men are making it happen.
Oh, yes.
So that was, okay. So now a lot of people say that I'm preparing. Oh, I'm wifey material. I'm this, I'm that.
I got you.
Are you really?
Are you really?
Do you know what they want?
Because, baby, when you get in the thick of it, okay.
So we're preparing for that, right? So I said, okay, now we want to hear from the men. We want to hear what they did to be successful, how they managed the relationships, how they managed their finances, how they managed the family, because we got away from that.
The brothers that you have on the panel, these men are movers.
Yes.
They're powerhouses.
Yes.
Beyond them being attractive.
Yes.
So, you know, the ladies, don't get caught up on the looks, ladies.
The full package.
These men bring some depth to them.
Yes. Substance.
The work that you do is all encompassing of how we need to be cultivated.
Right.
So how are you able to still balance it all? I know we talked about it, you know, from the spiritual standpoint, but the practicality. Give us 3 quick things that you do to keep yourself to be Gwen.
Right. I do things in the moment.
Okay.
I also make a list. Doing the things that you say, keeping your word.
Yes.
Your word is very, very important. You know, I thrive on keeping my face clean in the community.
Me too. Yes,
all right?
ma'am.
So you want to definitely keep your face clean, get your to-do list, make sure you're doing the things that you were planning to do. Because if you don't, it's going to fall to the wayside, and then somebody else is going to get your idea and make money off of it.
I thank you, Gwen, for the work that you're doing, MomPower. It's live, it's love. It is Late Night with Davi. See you. We'll be right back.
For quality photos and video production, contact SGS at 786-290-2181. We're located in the beautiful Miami downtown Brickell area. Secure your appointment today.
So what makes Zelafin Beauty Spa so unique from other beauty companies and other wellness companies is our story. So I always had a background in beauty as a makeup artist, but it was some things I was going through that just made me feel like it wasn't enough. I wanted to go deeper than what was just on the surface. So when I got into wellness practices like skincare, yoga, meditation, working out, and wellness in general, it just was such a transformative experience for me that I wanted to be able to share with my clients. So when we found this amazing location in the heart of Brickell, Miami, I thought, oh my goodness, this is the perfect marriage between chic and posh beauty services and that beautiful, relaxing moment where you can just enjoy these incredible skyline views in the vicinity of all of our natural plants, using our organic skincare products, and truly treating your skin and yourself from the inside out.
For quality photos and video production, contact SGS at 786-290-2181. We're located in the beautiful Miami downtown Brickell area. Secure your appointment today.
Welcome back to Late Night with Davi, and I have a beautiful sister queen here with me in the studio. She is no stranger to South Florida. Definitely, we are no stranger to working together. This is my fellow co-host on the Good Success segment on WMBM 1490 AM, the only gospel station that puts Jesus Christ
All right
first.
now.
We are the takeover crew. We not only do we take over the radio waves, but we take over red carpets.
All right.
We take over grand stages here in South Florida throughout the country. None other than Miss LaShannan Petit of the Styling
Purpose and PRPL.
Yes, honey, you have multiple businesses. How are you doing today? I call her la.
I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here. I'm so happy for you. Late Night with Davi. You went from radio to TV.
Yes, honey. So we're going to take over
Okay.
these TV airways.
All right.
Yes, I'm excited, but I'm getting into you in the fashion.
You know, it's spring. You know, we got to bring the, the fashion and the boldness. And I love color, anything with color. And I think black women look good in anything. So I'm wearing the orange today for the black girls.
For the black girls. Come on, black girls, brown girls. You know, you're the reason why I got into colors and the patterns.
Are you serious?
You remember it was how many umpteen years ago you actually told me you take over your closet.
Oh, yes. I love doing that. Shopping in the closet.
Yes.
Yes, I love doing that.
And you showed me a pattern I had. He was like, you should try that. And I was like, I don't know about that without sending you the pictures. And I was like, woo.
Yes. I think, that's one of the things that I love about being a stylist is like showing people what they don't know it already exists in them. Like, you can look good in patterns and colors, and even plus size women. Yes. We can wear patterns and colors and, stripes and all that kind of stuff. Like, you can do it. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But I like it.
Thank you. So I know you have so many different things with marketing and radio, and you've been planning some major concerts, events, conferences. You got a lot going on, Miss Lala.
God is blessing. That's what my dad says. God is blessing.
God is blessing.
He's in the blessing business. But I remember when I didn't have all that stuff going on, right? So I appreciate that I now have it going on. But yes, God is blessed. I've been an entrepreneur for 11 years. I first started as a stylist. Davi has been my model for a lot of things that I, was working on, pushing my brand out there. And then from the styling came marketing, so I'm doing styling and marketing. I got a little mixture of both.
But you and your locks, I love the statements that you make with your hair, from color to the designs. You got to shoot out your stylist.
Simone of Natural Trendsetters. Everyone makes their statement in maybe their clothing or the shoes, but for me, part of my statement, my boldness, is in my hair.
I love it.
I love the styling. I love locks, but I love just how black women, we can be so versatile with our hair.
Why do you feel like we need to have more conversations about black women hair care?
I think we do because first, we need to have the conversation that beauty comes in any shape, size, any style, right? So that's the first thing, right? We recognize that beauty can come in any shape or form. Then it's like, okay, because you understand that, then you can respect me if my hair is in locks, or if I have on a nice, lace front or wig, or if I'm bald and beautiful. Like, you can respect all those aspects of me. And I think sometimes people don't understand that black women, we have that versatility, and that we can still be beautiful in whatever shape. Let's respect how women choose to show up in the world.
Now, since we are being intentional in our verbiage and what we put out, so are you still looking for somebody's son?
Well, I would say I'm in position for somebody's son to find me.
In position.
I'm in position for him to find me. That's what I'm doing. I'm in position. I'm preparing. I'm doing the internal work. Then I'm walking to my next season, and that season is love.
So what should we expect for you in your future upcoming projects?
Well, I'm doing more marketing, more projects, working on music festivals, which I really love. I really enjoy music, and I love just seeing the happiness of people while they're at these events, because we're outside.
I honor you because a lot of my success is because of a woman like you that paid it forward and made sure that my name was being mentioned in rooms that I was not privy to, and I honor you for that.
I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
It has been fun, and I want to thank you all for tuning in to another great show here on Late Night with Davi.
Rick Party's Notebook, news from around the world in our communities, from my perspective. And sometimes it's just a commentary. And Davi, today, I want to talk about today. I'm celebrating my birthday every day. So I know recently I just celebrated my 54th birthday, and sometimes people don't like to share their number, if you will. I remember when I was a teenager, and and my grandfather lived in the country of a suburb in Chicago because my family is born, they're from Mississippi. We migrated many years ago. So he wanted something that was close to the country. So he moved to the country in Illinois, about an hour and a half away from Chicago. And my grandfather, I remember on New Year's Eve, we said to him, Grandpa, what is your New Year's resolution? And he said, Sonny boy, I'm just glad the Lord woke me up another day. And that has stuck with me for the rest of my life. I mean, when we see what has happened to so many people that we love, our mothers and fathers and aunts and some celebrities on our minds that we were close to, we understand how fragile that life can be. And for me to hit this milestone, I don't have to wait until I'm 55 or 60 or 65. Every day when I wake up, that's a milestone for me. I am very proud to say that I'm 54 because when I look back, Davi, in my past, I think of Eazy-E, right? When he passed away, when AIDS was a thing. And he was just about 32 years old and I was 28 and I was in these streets, okay? So I was saying to myself, oh God, I hope I reach 32. Here I am, 54 years old, clean bill of health. Yeah. And I say to everybody, wherever you are in life, I'm telling you, appreciate everything that's given to you, good or bad. These things are the little things that shape us. They make us. And as I've said many times before, Ali's quote, for example, he said, you know, if a man at 25, if a man at 50 thinks as he did at 25, he has wasted 25 years of his life. So people, don't waste your life on the stuff that means something. As we talked about earlier, Davi, you know, people got to meditate. You got to pray. We got to get out of our heads because it's the only life we've got, and we don't know what tomorrow may bring. I'm sorry, I just kind of ran off.
Well, you brought us honey boy goodness today.
Well, yeah. Thank you. I'm being that good boy.
Listen, so you ain't out here in these streets like that no more, right?
No, I'm not in these streets. I mean, it's a blessing for me to be where I am today. You know, take it one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to do, right? Take it one day at a time, right?
One day at a time. And I'm glad that you're taking one day at a time here with us here on Late Night with Davi. We're going to get into more of Rick Party's Notebook throughout this season. Stay tuned.